Today, I'm organizing my office.
Stop! Stay-at-home husband. Organizing my office. Yes, another vlog that is essentially about cleaning. But you know what? That's gonna happen a lot, because it's something that I struggle with quite a bit. And making a video out of it actually makes it easier for me to do it. Of course, if I'm gonna take the time to make a video out of it, it means I have to commit to making a video out of it. The thing is, I need a clean workspace in order to do more cognitively demanding work, like editing videos, recording audio, studying, writing, things like that. My issue is that my workspace is also my workshop space. So I constantly have tools, projects, parts, everything strewn all over the place. So it doesn't really work. The ideal would be to have a separate workshop from my workspace, but I live in an apartment and I can't do that. So I needed to create a system to make it easier for me to clean up the workshop stuff so that I can have my workspace back. I decided to go with boxes. I bought what could be best described as a bunch of shoeboxes from IKEA to put everything into. Now, my hero, Adam Savage, of course has once said that drawers are where things go to die, and aren't boxes just as bad? If you're thinking about it that way, yes. The problem is, having my tools and things within my line of sight is too distracting for me. So I needed to be able to put them away. Completely just out of sight. And I don't have cabinets, so I can't use drawers. So I used boxes. There were a lot of boxes to fold, man. But all that folding was worth it in the end, because as soon as I started putting stuff away, I began to see the benefits. It is amazing to me how the littlest things can make such a massive difference. For instance, in this case, as I kept cleaning, the cleaning became easier because the space was cleaner. It's kind of difficult to describe, but that's the best that I can do at the moment. Now, I'm not going to claim that this process nor my storage solution will work for everybody. That's a thing that I think a lot of people kind of forget when they're giving advice about things, is that different people handle and react to things a different way. Of course, giving the advice of figure it out yourself, do what works best for you, isn't exactly helpful. So my advice would be to learn how to be introspective and to experiment a lot. You really need to dial in what things you need to do to get stuff done, and that's gonna be different for everybody. And the only way for you to be able to figure it out is if you try a bunch of stuff. And yes, that takes a long time. It will take longer for some of you than it will for others. That's just life. Hard work, good work, and being able to look at yourself and analyze your faults, what you're good at, everything. Back to what's going on in the video. I tried to organize each box by a theme, like sockets go in a socket box, or pliers going into a pliers box, camera accessories going into a camera accessory box, you know, reasonable things like that. And the nice thing about using these cardboard boxes is that I could just write the labels on them with a Sharpie. Now, a big offender when it comes to my distraction from my work is my desk. It is covered in stuff. Now, not all of it needs to be there, but a lot of it does. And I don't really have a good solution at the moment to clear the space. I do have plans to turn my desk into more of a battle station, editing station style thing, where a bunch of my equipment is actually integrated into the desk so that the surface remains clean. But I don't have the skills, nor the tools, nor the time to do that yet, so I can only make it as clean and distraction free as I possibly can, and just be a little bit more disciplined. And with this first batch of boxes, I actually managed to get a lot cleaned, but it wasn't enough. And that was a lot of boxes.
I used them up. I used up all the boxes. Which means I have to buy more boxes. Thankfully, they're cheap. So I'll be ordering some more from IKEA. But I have to wait for it to arrive before I can continue organizing. I've only got a little bit left to go. And then I have to throw out all the trash. And then it'll be done. So while I wait for more boxes to arrive, I'm going to go ahead and start doing the thing that really also got me wanting to reorganize my desk, which is to move my audio equipment to a more useful space. And I'm hoping it will fit here. Alrighty, new audio setup actually has the audio equipment within reach when I'm using it. It also shows me if I'm speaking too loud or not. Which I'm not quite, which is good, because I was speaking too loud last time. I had to turn down the gain. And yes, my audio setup requires 2 different audio interfaces. Because. Alrighty, it's been a few days, and new boxes have arrived, and some other means of storage have arrived. And I'm going to try and get the rest of the organization and cleanup done today. The main reason why I am doing all this is because I have projects. I can't do those projects if all of my garbage is on my work surface. I really need to do a much better job of keeping this work surface clear at all times. Okay, and now that I have cleared up a little bit of workspace here, I'm actually going to shift focus and tackle these guys. A big reason why I'm not able to effectively use this space is just because these monitors here are taking up this entire shelf. Now the reason why they're here is not to be monitors. In fact, I'm going to be taking these apart and harvesting them for boards and for this frontal lenses inside of it. Alrighty, monitors are all taken apart. The lenses have been harvested. I'm going to be turning these into LED light panels for video production later. Just got back from a workout, so it's time to refocus and tackle this as the next step. I eventually want to get rid of this piece of garbage, like literal piece of garbage. I originally adopted it with the plan to make it better by reinforcing the back, but it's just, that's not going to happen. I don't really have the space to do that, and I hate this, and I'm going to hopefully be able to replace it with a proper tool chest. So that's going to be in the future. But I need a place to put all of these cables that I have accumulated because I am a tech hoarder.
Yeah, tech hoarder describes me pretty well. I don't like throwing things out. And to be fair to myself, I do end up using most of the electronics I hoard eventually. And I managed to keep my mess within my areas of the living space, and they don't end up out in the common areas. So I don't know, it's still worth it to me to keep this stuff as long as I can keep it away. guess what I'm trying to say is I don't actually think I have a problem here. And of course, everyone who has a problem doesn't think they have a problem, but I'm fairly certain that I don't have a problem. Something else I decided to get in addition to boxes are some hooks so that I could hang things like a couple of hammers, my headphones, and my camera bags just to kind of help declutter in general. And yeah, they worked really well actually.
Alrighty, it's been a couple of days and I've been slowly chipping away at organizing the office. This kind of stuff always takes a very long time for me, but I have managed to clear off most of the workspace, which is great. I just have a couple more things I need to get rid of, and I still have more boxes, but I also still have more organizing to do in here that I need to tackle. My goal is to get rid of this garbage and replace it with a proper rolling tool cart.
Well, it's been a while actually since I shot this vlog, and yeah, the organization seems to be working. That's it. Vlog over, I gotta finish editing.
Today, I'm organizing my office.